wherever you are. Good night, good morning, good, I don't know how we say. Is it good midnight? You'll realize that, our world is going crazy. It's really going crazy. This evening, I almost felt, like shedding my tears, really shedding my tears. I watch at the people of Congo, you know. In Congo, there is a lot of war going on. The Congo people are trying also to get away with the UN. They say that the UN government has brought a lot of killings in Congo, and also they're also trying to get away the Chinese people from Congo, and also they got their own rebels that have been fighting for a long time now, that I have been hearing there are wars, there is insecurity in Congo. And so it's been a very difficult time for the people of Congo. And what made me nearly shed my tears is to see the women, poor men, children rushing. They're all in a rush, trying to run away from one location to the other. They are being accommodated in the churches. It is painful. It's painful. So you wonder, what are they going to eat? Because all they have sometimes is their mattress or their mat, and the women still suffering in those sides of Africa, still suffering. They are carrying a lot of luggage in their backs, and they are moving so fast because they are running away from the enemy. And the enemy is one human being like you and I, the enemy of human life. It is not even the elephant or the lion, but we are the enemies for ourselves. What has entered into the heart of man? How torturous is man's heart? How unkind is man's heart? We need a solace world. We need a peaceful world. Not to forget, this is what is happening in Ukraine. At least Ukraine have maybe better resources, but tormenting like people in Congo who really have nothing, I mean, what do they have? Yes, they have oils and so forth, but this does not help them. First of all, because of the corrupt leaders that they have, the nation is finished, I know I have good friends from Congo. I have good artists, like Barade and Super and others, a few singers I have from Congo, a few artists. But I mean, they need a good environment. You and I, as human beings, we need to change our attitude. We need to create an environment that is conducive to every human person and to every creature in that case. So, this was builds up to nothing because it is destroying the future of these kids. When will these kids go to school? Knowledge is power. How will they eliminate poverty in their country if these kids have no proper environment to study, to live out their life? Their life is mesmerized. Their lives are in danger. They are stigmatized because all they see is war. My dear friends, let us be a beacon of peace. Pray for peace wherever you are. And thank God for that peace or that peaceful environment that you may be in. Let us create a peaceful environment for each other. And if you find your friends happy, don't feel jealous, don't feel bad about them. Truly, make their lives more happier than they are. I think a lot of people are going through this. And you can imagine, these are still COVID times. It's very, very difficult for so many people to survive. The economies of various different countries have gone high. There are no subsidies for food. Rice, which is common to most human beings, is very expensive. The pounds of flour is just expensive, unmanageable for so many people. They cannot afford. I sometimes wonder how people manage in their lives. For example, like here now in Jamaica, for 3 days, tomorrow will be the third day that the taxis are on strike. So that means the country's economy is going to go down because a lot of people cannot work. If they cannot work, that means they cannot get money to buy food, to purchase things. Yesterday, I was going to one of the little towns called Afwetri, and I must confess this, I have to enter at the boot of the car, how you call it, in the trunk, as they call it here. I entered in the trunk of the car, squeezed up myself there, and this was just a private car. It's not a taxi. It's not a common taxi. It was a private car for an individual, and it is also taking risk because individual cars are dangerous sometimes. So I went to town, and when I went to town, I did what I was going to do because I had some urgencies. I had an emergency, back home. And when I did my duty, I was going to take a bus to come over to where I live. And when I took the bus, I realized when I was in the bus that the bus wasn't going to make a stop in my place. It is switched off to another route. Then I said to myself, anyway, I'm not going to make a stop on the way because it will be difficult, because the buses that are coming from the top, to downtown, they come when they are packed up. They come when they are full of people, are packed up like sardines in the JUTC yellow big buses because there are no taxis. So you can imagine they're taking everybody, trying to sweep out everybody, into their car, into their bus. And of course, probably they're going to gain a lot in these 3 days. So they're happy to get a lot of money. But on the other hand, it is painful. It is painful. So anyway, what happened? The bus switched off from my way and it went another way. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to follow this bus to Spanish Town. So the bus took me to Spanish Town because I knew from Spanish Town now, I can take a bus from Spanish Town to downtown Kingston. And when I take the bus to downtown Kingston, that bus will automatically or will definitely drop me at my yard on my way. And that's what happened, And so I made sure, because it is at night, and in the night, you don't really see clearly, especially myself. I'm becoming a short-sighted person gradually, because of my age. Yeah. Thank you for joining tonight. Thank you very much, sir. And you can say hi there and identify yourself if you wish. Thank you for joining me. So anyway, I took a bus that was coming to town, and it gave me a stop, where over by the bridge, and so I had to walk it, and I was glad. But otherwise, really the world is in collapse. It's collapsing, in various places, It is so sad, as I just shared, about Congo, the country of Congo. If you watch the videos of Congo, you will really shed your tears. shed your tears. It is painful to see children and women running, because of war. These people have no food, they have no water, they have nowhere to sleep. Actually, what I see them carrying, those poor women, they are carrying a jerrycan or a gallon, as we call them here, a gallon of water. So this gallon is empty. They don't have water, but it is because they have to catch water wherever they go, They're carrying a gallon of water. They're carrying on their backs mats, or how you call it, mattresses. Those who have a mattress, you fold it up, and they are moving fast because they don't know where the enemy can come from. Those rebels have been destroying the country of Congo, and also the UN. They claim that the UN has not been helping them at all, and it's common, like these people, they want to fight so that they can make big news of what is happening also in Africa, yeah. Unfortunately, it affected them in Ukraine, Yeah, look what is happening in Ukraine, I mean, children cannot study, we are destroying our own people, we are destroying our own selves. And you can imagine, these are just human beings, Animals are at peace. Animals aren't fighting, Other creatures are at peace. The creatures, the environment is at peace within itself. It is we human beings, who create a peaceful world. And I think that is why most people, are even creating maybe relationship with animals. I don't support this. But, they find peace in creatures, in other creatures. But, let us make a world of peace, a world of happiness. And it can start with you when you want another person's best, from another person's best. When you want another person's even to be better than you are, If you're holding a position, don't look for another position, Let another somebody take that position, So that we can all somehow be in a equal world, a world that promotes unity, a world that promotes equality, Equality, that matters a lot. Anyway, my dear brothers and sisters, I'm not complaining, but I'm sad about this, It is paining my belly, as we say here, in Jamaica. It pains my belly. It pains my heart. It pains my whole being to see other human beings' sufferings while others are enjoying. Don't we ought to enjoy, all of us, this world? Don't we ought to enjoy? And when you share, you make a world that is, that is of enjoyment. Anyway, my dear brothers and sisters, I salute you. Share this video. Share it, please. Share it. Spread it. If you didn't subscribe us yet, make sure you subscribe. And let it spread to a new friend who never subscribed, so that he too or she too can give it and share it to another new friend. Big up yourself. Yeah.